I don't think we were expected to hit this many home runs. I think we're third in the program right now in all-time history. Just really working in the cage, getting the barrel to the ball, working on our mechanics, and getting good pitches that we can drive over the fence. I think that's been the biggest adjustment and the biggest key to our success.
You kind of touched on it, but is this something that you expected, or is this something that's kind of developed as the process has come along?
I would say developed. This was not something that we expected. In my entire career, I think I've hit maybe 5 or 6. So hitting 7 in 1 year has been it's been a surprise for me for sure.
And it really hasn't been one guy, Jack, yourself, Ben. I mean, there's been a couple of guys. There's not one guy with like 20 or 25 home runs. It's been a lot of guys with a lot of contributions throughout the entire lineup. What does that mean to you to have that kind of balance throughout the order? Oh,
it's awesome. I mean, our 1 through 6 is pretty dangerous, if you ask me. We got a lot of guys that can hit the ball, drive the ball over the fence, and it's been huge for our success. And we've been winning a lot of ball games because of it.
Final question for me. You've got 3 at Akron this weekend before the Horizon League tournament gets going. What do you guys need to do well heading into the tournament, and what are you guys trying to fine-tune to make sure that you're kind of at the top of the game when you play your most important games of the season in the Horizon League tournament next week?
Yeah, we just got to do the simple things. We got to throw strikes, put the ball in play, and defense, just make the plays, and I think we'll be all right.
Appreciate it, man.
Yep, thank you.
Well, I think it's a big mixture of a lot of things. Obviously, you're bringing in a lot of different guys from JUCOs or bringing in me from Ball State. And I also think working with our hitting coach, Ken Jones, he's done a very, very good job at getting the hitters where they need to be. Also, obviously, swinging at the pitches that you should and not swinging at pitches you shouldn't also helps. But on top of that, I think having guys up and down the order that have the ability to hit the home run obviously helps, and I know in previous years that hasn't necessarily been the case. So I know Coach Schreiber definitely wanted to bring guys in that had the ability to do so, and it's paid off for him so far.
Was this something you guys expected at the beginning of the year, or is it something that's kind of developed as the year's gone on?
We had a team meeting at the beginning of the year before we did anything, and we set a bunch of goals for ourselves, and one of the goals was to obviously hit more home runs and score more runs and win more games, which we've obviously done a lot better job at doing that this year.
For this team, how do you view it now that you're third in program history? And like I said, I mean, you have a chance to be #1 in program history, but obviously you've been moving up the record books as the season's gone along. What does it mean to this team to see yourself kind of escalate as far as the record books go throughout the year?
Yeah, so talking to a bunch of the other guys that have been here for a while, and like even the seniors that have been here for all 4 years, they always bring up how, like in the past, that they've only won like a fraction of the games we've won, and then this year we're obviously playing a lot better. We started off, as you know, not so hot, but we turned it around and we started to play better baseball and starting to play better as a team altogether.
Final question. Obviously, you get 3 against Akron this week to kind of tune things up before it gets tournament time. Mm-hmm. So what are you guys looking to work on, and what's going to be the key to making a long run in the Horizon League tournament when that gets kicked off next Wednesday?
We had a meeting with Coach Schreiber, just like in the outfield after the game, and one of the points that he really stressed was making sure we played good, solid baseball towards the end of the season, because like I said, we started off not so hot, but we've started to turn it around, and with playing against Butler, we didn't necessarily play our best baseball, but we did play well enough to beat them. So we're going into this weekend with the mindset that obviously these guys are in the MAC, they're in a mid-major. So we're going to go into this weekend, and the philosophy that he told us to go in with was having it as a tournament ball. So treat these 3 games as we would the tournament, so that way when we go into the tournament, we're ready to go.
Anything else you'd like to add?
Nothing that I can think of.
All right. Appreciate it, man.